was lucky enough to be gifted this starter, sourdough starter from Motherdough Company. I've only done a starter one time before and it's still in the making. I have not made dough from it yet. I love baking dough. It's very relaxing, and I thought, well, let me try this because it's already started. The one I have currently, I have put almost 5 pounds of flour in it. Each day you feed it so much flour, you remove the starter, remove some of the starter, feed it unbleached flour with water, mix it, and let it start growing and doing its thing. Well, this has already started for you. So what we're going to do, let me change the camera around so you can see, and we're going to start a sourdough starter. It comes with a very detailed little brochure that tells you exactly what you need to do it, what you do on each step, what to expect. Very nice, very helpful tips on the back. So let's get started. So the first thing, I have an actual starter jar, and this is going to go in here, and it smells just like sourdough bread. Let's make sure I get this in here. And this has ancient history. It's been around for a while. A lot of people will make starters and split them off and share them with your friends or your neighbors. And everybody starts baking bread. I've done it one time, like I said, and I'm just gonna do it this weekend, but you want to bake your bread when the starter's most active, which is when bubbly and has risen. Okay, I've already measured this out just for saving time purposes. This is actually 2 ounces. It tells you to put in 2 ounces of flour with 2 ounces of filtered water. So we're going to pour this in the jar. And I made a mess right there, but that's all right. And then you take and actually put the 2 ounces of water in here, and you make sure it's mixed well. And what you're doing is you're incorporating the flour with the starter mix. And then make sure there's no little dry lumps in there. And make sure it's mixed well. It smells amazing. It really does. It smells really good. It smells just like sourdough bread. And I'm really curious to know if this is any different than buying, like making your own starter, making your own bread, but it's not sourdough. You just get the yeast and let it rise. See how it had dry flour stuck in there? So let's make sure I get it mixed well. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, let me grab a paper towel real quick and wipe off the top of that jar. And then all we do is put a cover on it. I do want to put the little tracker on the bottom, and I'll show you that in just a second. But as you can see in there, can you see inside the jar? And then just make sure you got a clean jar. I've tried to clean it on the inside sometimes, and it's really kind of hard to do. Where's my top? Hold on just a second. You put this, today is Sunday at 9 p.m. So we're gonna put this one Sunday. I always use this little right here to kind of mark my time. So it'd be Sunday, pretty much right there. And you bring it down to where, now it's hard to tell, and this is what I always had a hard time with, but if you can see in there, you can see where the dough starts. And that kind of gives you a marker, and then we're gonna let it sit. And then it kind of reminds you what time to come back tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow night again for day 2. And then you just make sure it's active, and you make sure it's bubbly. And Eventually it will be to the point where you can make homemade sourdough bread. Sit out like this, then I come back and tomorrow around the same time. You try to do it every 24 hours. You'll see on the jar how far it has risen. And usually what it does is it will rise up and go back down, and that shows you that it's active. And over time, you just keep feeding it until you're ready to bake bread. So I'm excited to give it a try. So if you guys, it's a good beginner kit. It's nice. You don't have to create the starter from scratch. It has all the instructions you want from it. It has a QR code you can scan. It also has notes actually about the starter that they sent you. It comes from ancient cultures that have been passed down for generations, which is kind of really neat to do. So I'm excited. I love this little kit. It makes